Hello, my friend. Welcome to Reflections and Music, praying with singers, sinners, and saints. Anthony Crawford was born on May the 5th, 1957, in Birmingham, Alabama. He is a very talented singer-songwriter and musician who plays guitar and several other instruments. He has worked with many well-known musicians in the studio, on stage, and as a songwriter. I first came to know about Anthony Crawford when his song, titled Fit In, appeared in an edition of Leak CD Music Magazine. I subsequently bought his album and later went to see him perform one night at a music pub in Nashville. From this meeting, he ended up singing background vocals on Kate's song, Deep Tang, from her 1998 album, Visions of Plenty. Anthony Crawford has toured with Steve Winwood, Dwight Yoakam, Vince Gill, Nicolette Larson, and Neil Young, among others. In fact, he can be seen in Neil Young's 2006 concert movie, Heart of Gold, that was filmed at the historic Ryman Auditorium in Nashville. A prolific songwriter, he has over 400 songs to his credit, many recorded by other artists, including Steve Winwood, Kenny Rogers, Lee Greenwood, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Sawyer Brown, and Lorrie Morgan, just to name a few. One of my favorite songs of his is The Noise Around Us. In fact, I used this song when I was deployed to work as a chaplain at the Army Hospital in Landstuhl, Germany, back in 2007. One of my duties included facilitating a daily spiritual support group on 9 Charlie, the psychiatric ward, that was usually filled to capacity with soldiers, airmen, and Marines who were struggling with their experiences from Iraq or Afghanistan. Listening to their stories day after day, I began to notice a common theme. The noise of battle, gunfire, and explosions remained constant and echoed in their minds. So how could they possibly calm or still themselves in silence to pray? How could they benefit from meditation or prayer when the noise around them seemed to never disappear, as the song says? So I would play them this song because I knew they could identify with it, and hopefully it would help spur them to share their thoughts and feelings that others in the group were also experiencing. By normalizing their shared journey, perhaps they could begin to place one foot in front of the other a little every day, as the song by Anthony Crawford describes. Perhaps all of us, at times, can find it difficult to pray, especially with all the noise around us. Hopefully, we can find some moments of solitude so that we can be still and know God, as the Scripture says. Sometimes, however, for whatever reason or reasons, the noise around us or in us, in whatever form that might take, can make it difficult to hear God's voice or sense God's presence. In those arid times when we feel spiritually parched, let us remember the words of this song. There's a distant voice calling, and I try so hard to hear. Perhaps, however, instead of trying so hard to hear, we can simply relax and know that God is with us.